Hello folks, welcome back to Let's Play Ripper, 1996 FMV point and click adventure game from Take-Two Interactive. Content warnings before we go any further. This game has so far contained violence, gore, some natural nudity. There's been sex references. There's been lots of swearing. So any and all of these things might occur in this episode, just to let you know. Recommended for mature audiences. We're back where we left off last time, looking at this inscrutable locking mechanism that's hidden inside a book. I won't beat around the bush. I don't know how to solve this one. It's puzzling me. I've off recording. I've tried some different things, different permutations out. So you can only click on the blue buttons, of which there are 6, and when you press one, it may or may not light up a one of these little bulbs in this grid of 16 green. But the only consistent thing I seem to have found is that you can do a sequence of no more than 6 before the whole mechanism resets. And these buttons do not correspond to one particular light. They might correspond to maybe a subset of lights, but they're not consistent in which one they illuminate. So I tried just sort of going around and pressing them in different order, and pressing the 6 different ones in different orders. Usually somewhere in that combination that you enter, a green light, you'll get green lights for most of them, but some of them you won't. It won't illuminate anything. You get no result from the button press. So let's do a little example. Let's press that one. So you get the bottom left there, and let's do the one opposite. Nothing. See? So I don't know how I'm supposed to know that that's what happens. And then you get that one for that, and that's the opposite of that one. So we do get one for that, so we've got 3. Nothing for that, and then probably something for this. No, well, nothing. Okay, not a very successful one. And if you can just press one button repeatedly, which is quite an interesting thing to do. And you get different lights light up, but not on every press. Let's see. So I did write down some combinations in the hope of trying to work something out. So apparently when I pressed this before, a bulb illuminated on the first press, the second press, the third press, no, didn't do it this time, the 4th press, the 5th press, and nothing on the last press. I've never, don't think I've seen anything illuminate on the 6th press, no matter what's been pressed. So I'm going to have to admit defeat for now, and hopefully we can come back to it. I'm kind of hoping, once we get out of here, that there'll be something in Catherine's... That's obscenely loud. I'm hoping there's something in Catherine's journal that might illuminate this a bit more. But we do need to... That's another puzzle, so it's like nesting a clue to a puzzle inside another puzzle. We do need to find the password to start this decrypting. And I'm a bit of a loss with this one as well, because I've tried all the words that I think are significant to Catherine, at least as far as I'm aware in the context of the story. I'm kind of coming to the conclusion that the types of puzzles I like in adventure games are ones that are woven into the narrative. They seem to be the best. But if you're going for an abstract puzzle, I prefer one that either has the context of knowing what result you're trying to achieve, which I don't feel I do for that one. Like, is the illumination of the green lights my objective? And if so, what do I want out of that? Do I want 6 lights? Do I want a certain pattern of lights? So I think the most you can probably get illuminated at a time I've seen thus far is 5 of them. And then any row of that is 4. So I don't know what I'm trying to achieve there, really, other than to solve the puzzle to get safe open. Either that, or yeah, so either the context of what the end goal is, or some idea of like a concrete idea of what the relationship between the mechanics are. So I can't, at the moment, I can't tell what button will illuminate what light, and it would take an awful lot of trial and error and recording of results to try and like a big data set to try and sift out like what might be going on there. So yeah, I like either of those things, really. So I've decided, in the absence of any puzzle solutions, to embrace police brutality. Let's see what happens. You know what? No, but I can just go back to that save, can't I? That's fine. Let's do it. I'm expecting full motion video immediately. Oh, that's not. I wonder if the was there a place where there was another room that we could go into? I wonder if the interrogation room is somewhere that we can voluntarily enter. Okay.
What do you got? A cot in the back there, Quinlan? Here's my stuff. I'm going into interrogation, Brennan. You know, little police work. How's the coffee, Sarge? Nice and hot.
Guys got balls so big they collect the gum on the floor. They do, they drag. Soho Precinct, Sergeant Brannon speaking. What's your problem? Chekhov, I'm talking to you. Right. Don't call there anymore.
Okay. Oh, I can grab whatever that is. I mean, if we can grab stuff, we're definitely doing that. Should we see? Well, exhaust our dialogue options. I don't know why we couldn't ask any of this stuff in the previous act. I might have lamented that fact before.
Any new developments, Lou?
Sure, but nothing's getting us closer to the Ripper.
Like what?
Like earlier today, Magnata pulled 2 cops who have been on the Ripper case since the beginning, replaced them with new guys. Now that's bound to set the investigation back.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's what I say. I know. Tell me about it.
It doesn't make any sense. Ask about Falconetti.
What's the buzz in the precinct on Falconetti?
Word is that outlaw's mixed up in this somehow. Magnata's pulled the hard copies on all of Falconetti's records, and he's had passwords put on computer files. There must be something there he's looking for.
Or maybe something he's trying to hide.
Okay, ask about the Wofford murder.
Lou, what do you know about the Hamilton-Wofford murder?
I haven't followed the case. I don't know much about the guy except that he did some work for the precinct some years ago.
What kind of work?
Magnata hired him, 5-6 years back to build a virtual target range for the cadet cyberspace training.
So Magnata knew him?
Yeah, that's probably why he took the case on, even though he's got his hands full with the Ripper.
Oh, so it's more of an active investigation than I thought, maybe? Okay. Well, let's grab whatever's in this kidney dish. Scan card? Yeah, I'll have that. Oh, no, sorry. Done. Excuse me. Done. I'll just be, bye. We're doing a lot of breaking and entering at the moment. I guess technically not breaking, but theft and entering. But, oh, yeah, sure. Let's go this way. So Magnata's office was over here. Can we sneak back into his office while he's otherwise occupied? Interesting. I mean, we'd had a lot of chat that Magnata's looking for us specifically, but he did not seem to be interested in us when he encountered us. Right, anything new here? The cigars again. This doesn't come up. Old balls. Can I take an old ball? No. So the paperwork seems to still be the same, but I mean, there's been no sign of Cigars don't really seem to have come up in any other context. I think you had to have seen that paperwork to have got onto the Wofford case. And I think you had to have completed the Wofford puzzles to unlock Act 2. So I don't think there's much flexibility about how you could go around doing stuff here. Oh, there might be we might get the option of the interrogation room off to the left here, maybe. Oh, I don't know. So the this should be like the evidence locker, right? Down here. Oh, that's a restricted area. I thought it was the evidence locker. What's down here? Is this somewhere I can go? Oh, apparently. What does that say? That's very dark. Caution. Automatic door. Fantastic. Where am I going? I'm in the file room? Okay. There's this bleeping light is it's not bleeping, it's blinking. This blinking light is attracting my attention. Let's go over to it. Oh, he's locked files, right? That looks like a locked file, if ever I've seen one. I can go further in. Does that help? Can I interact with any of these filing cabinets? No. Well, let's turn right, because that might get us back to the... Yeah, here we go. Can't look at anything on the top of the cabinet, but I can look at this locking device, I think.
Files are locked. Looks like I need some kind of ID card to open them.
Well, lucky for you, Jake Quinlan, you already have that in your own personal mental filing cabinet. I love how people just keep leaving their key cards for like institutions.
Vince Magnotta's personnel file. Could make for interesting reading.
It could indeed. Am I going to need to transcribe this to paper? I think I am. Okay. Right, well, while I'm doing that, I'll say, yeah, it seems a bit lax that so many institutions, critical institutions like hospitals and the police, are leaving keycards that grant restricted access just lying around on reception desks, uncommented upon. Right, so I'm writing down all of this. I suppose I better read it as I go along because that makes for a better video, right? So name, Vincent Magnotta. Date of birth, July the 24th, 1997. Address, can we break into his house? I want to break into somebody's house. We keep finding lots of addresses. 1432 Houston Street. Rank, absolutely. Detective. Marital... Do you remember when it was seen as relevant to personnel administration that you recorded everybody's marital status? That was a strange time, wasn't it? Marital status is single. Well, yeah, because he never got the doctor he wanted. And apparently he's a bit of a weird one. Tech rating, highest level. That's very silly. Right, citations... Silver Cross for bravery in 2034. Scorpio Award for highest bounty collection. I love this dystopian idea that cops are basically bounty hunters. So the Scorpio Award covers a 5-year period of 2035 to 2040. And then Magnotta is awarded the Virtual Cluster. That sounds like a medical condition. But got that for outstanding police work in C space. You would, wouldn't you? Fatalities. Fatalities in line of duty. 6 fatalities. Details of each. Details of each stored in core backup files. I think we need to do it back in, don't we? Core backup files. Access name Slayer. I can't off the top of my head picture what of those rather imaginative icons in cyberspace would correspond to the police core backup files, but we can have a look. Okay, that's interesting. So that's all that was there. Is there anything else to do in this room? Let's have a look. So we looked at this. Can't go any further forward. We can go left though. Anything here that I can interact with? No. I can go over to this corner maybe, or maybe it'll just route us back to the door. Yeah? I can't turn left here though. I think that's it. Can't look at the board. Alright, I think that was the reason for being in here. We may now get in trouble, I don't know. Okay, got us all the way out, nice. Right, so there's nothing there. So let's just check if there's anywhere else we can go. Right, so I can't turn left there, so if I turn right, did the light just go out? Felt like a light just went out. That's Spagnotter's office, right? Yeah, it's on the blink. That's the desk sergeant. And then, is there something over here that we can go to? Possibly not. No. So I can't turn back that way? That's interesting. Can I... How do I get out of this? Okay, so if I go here, then that's the way out. I can't go back. Oh, okay, sure. 3 dimensions are very hard to navigate. Right, so I'm pretty sure down here was where the where the evidence locker was situated. Yeah, we can't go to this one. So we didn't find an interrogation room, which is interesting. I wonder if that is available in this act, but not unlocked until we have maybe our confrontation with Magnotta at some point. Oh, this is an interesting view. Why is this even here? Right, what I'm trying to do, I can just press the button to do it, but so if I do that, that's not going to get us anywhere, is it? Anywhere new? No, and then we can't. You know what? Let's just go to the world. So let me just check. Is the Wofford? Yeah, so Wofford House is no longer a place we can visit, which is interesting. Right, Tribeca Centre. I don't think there's anything new for us in any of those areas. I feel like we've done everything. That's just kind of, we need to pop back there when we've got something to talk to Catherine about. Other than just stand over and watch her moaning. Soap Smokehouse. Soap had nothing to say in this act, apparently. Police station we've done. Oh yeah, file room is on the list. Maybe I missed that. Oh, maybe I mistook the file room for the evidence locker, because there were 3 locations previously. The newsroom, nothing of use there, and gym. But the newsroom is the only place I can go to deck in, so we're going to deck in. And then all will be revealed about the secret history of Vincent Magnotta. I'm glad there's still stuff we can do, even though I'm stumped on the puzzles. Okay, let's have a look. Right, get ready for some loud sounds.
Optimal dynamics operating system.
Exit cyberspace.
Okay, let's go. Most of the things we've been looking at have been on the right hand side, so let's do that again. So we've got this Spider Cyclops, we've got Catherine's, we've got Bourbon Incorporated, which doesn't come up yet, we've got the Circus Maximus, we've got some Pirates, we've got the Watford one, we've got the library. I can't go to the library anymore. Bloody hell. Spiders, apples, Ramesses, the Virtual Herald. You can always look at back issues of the Virtual Herald, no matter what act you're in. I'm curious to see if there's anything else. No, it's exactly as it was. Is this all? Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Is this all happening in one day? It would be a long day. I suppose it could be so far, really, couldn't it? Since Warp Space, Amiga things, Bars, Looney Tunes.
Exit cyberspace.
So how do I get the core backup files then? If that's not in cyberspace, then what am I even doing here? Alright, you know what? I'm going to nip off to UHS Hints to see if there's anything I'm missing. Get a little indication of what I might be missing, and I'll meet you back here in a minute or two. Hello, I'm back. I've had a look at the top line of UHS Hints, and I mean, just at the first level, they've thrown a few things that are a bit spoilery at me. One of the questions posed does suggest that I need to visit the morgue again, although story-wise, I have no reason to believe there's any reason for me to go there, but we'll have a look. But I had a look, and there was nothing top line about the book. The safe in the book. So either that's not something you need to do this act, or that's nested in with something else. It did mention about Catherine's journal, and I got like 2 hints in, and it said something interesting about it. So it said, first, recall that it is Catherine's journal. I'm aware that it's Catherine's journal. Second hint, but Magnotta's the one who protected it. So I'm not quite sure why I would have inferred that, because this was located in Catherine's personal well, but which had been secured by the police, kind of like a digital version of police tape. But that why would I jump to the assumption that Magnotta had access to the file and then encrypted it, rather than Catherine was in the habit of encrypting her personal files? But all that is to say, with that piece of information, we need to find a word that is significant to Magnotta. I'm hoping we get like a notification once we've entered the right thing, because I think if you put the wrong thing in, you don't get anything. So let's go Ripper. He does seem to be rather resting the case. Let's go Claire for the doctor. No. Barton. Her last name. No. Slayer was the password on his kill record. Oh. Oh, hello. So that's what Slayer led to. So I mean, that's a very tenuous connection to. But it says that's the access name for a police record about fatalities in the line of duty. So I guess because he's proud of them, he uses that as a password for things he encodes? Okay, it's still doing it. Alright, I'll start reading, even though the weird slithering sound is continuing. Right. 1. Can this killer really be a modern-day Jack the Ripper? Like his namesake, he eviscerates and brags about it in crazed letters to the public. Like his namesake, he holds the city in terror. The police are helpless to stop him. He strikes without warning and vanishes without a trace. I suspect the Ripper is one of 3 people. Vincent Magnotta, the lead detective in the case. Claire Burton, I spelled Claire wrong. Claire Burton, the Metacog cyber surgeon. Or Joey Falconetti, a legendary deck cowboy with a criminal past. Must investigate these 3. Learn anything I can about them. 2. While in Burton's office, I noticed an old college text called Advanced Notional Mapping. There's an inscription inside. It's a slim chance, but it could be a lead. What was the inscription? 3. Soap delivered as promised. I can learn even more about Magnotta, Burton and Falconetti if I dare. I've taken measures to hide what soap delivered. Using the book of the Women of Whitechapel and Jack the Ripper seems appropriate. If everything works out, I'll be rich over this. At first, I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. I lived in a ratty triplex for half a dozen years. That will never happen to me a second time. I think you've got bigger concerns. Rather than being rich and famous. A rich and famous journalist. Right, so the book is important because it's got a device, a soap device in it, that may have a recording on it, I'm inferring here. Okay. So this stuff seems to be taking a while. How much more is there? Quite a bit. Do I need to go away? I think I do, don't I? Alright, I'm assuming that will just keep working along if I close it. So, you know what, if Slayer hadn't worked, I was going to have a look at this. So this was on Magnotta's desk. This is from... do I know when this is? 2041. So, that's probably... Is it this year? Is it the year of this game happening? So, I don't know. It's about this person. Oh, so this might be the person who's being interrogated? If this happened recently? Because it sounds like Magnotta shot him, but he's in lockup, safe precinct, awaiting adjudication. So maybe? I don't know what relevance that has to anything, but I was going to comb that for information. Let's just flip back to the electronic journal. Yeah, decryption completed 50. I think it's like story locked. So I think we need to do something else before that stuff. I think maybe we need to open the safe in the... It's disappointing, isn't it? Alright, well, I'll leave it there for now. I think next time it'll be a good opportunity to head to the morgue, just in case there's anything happening there. And then, I don't know, I'll try and find out about the book safe. Yeah, we'll see. Until then, take care. Bye bye.